Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. You'll notice that this video isn't done the way pretty much all my Dokkan videos are done, or any videos I do on this channel, which is post-commed. Now the reason for me post-comming this is for a few reasons. But first off, if you could drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, that would be much appreciated. And of course, as you can tell by the probably thumbnail and title, etc., we are taking the free-to-play fully rainbowed EZA KRILLIN Vegeta exchange unit into Legendary Goku event, which by the way, they are very, very good. We got them on the Planet Namek Saga team. I mean, you could probably take Krillin on an Earthlings or Turtle School category and obviously not use the exchange, and you could probably do well there. But we've got them on Planet Namek Saga, of course. But the reason why I'm doing this post-com is because I've actually attempted to do this numerous of times. Like, this is probably well in excess of about, or maybe not well in excess, we're probably about 6 attempts deep, maximum. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, if it's taking you 6 attempts, then surely they're not that good here. No, I'm not gonna, it's actually not the unit's fault. And I'll explain why. So, the first time I attempted this, most of the time when I do Legendary GT Goku event runs, it takes me 1 or 2 tries. After that, what a unit can do within this event is no longer new to me. Like, this video is not just for you guys, and I'll say this the same as the showcases. It's not just you getting to see, oh, this is what this unit can do. This is what this unit can do in ESBR, SBR, Legendary GT Goku event. They can work well here, they can't. You know, it's also for me to be like, oh, this is how this unit can do here. They're actually pretty good. This unit's fun, you know, etc, etc. Same as the showcases, it's for both of us. But I've attempted this, as I said, at least 6 times, or a maximum 6 times, should I say. So I know what this unit can do. So me going into it as if it was almost fresh, it's obviously not. It's not new to me anymore. Now, the reason why I'd done it post-commed was not only because I had attempted it numerous times, and as I said, it's got nothing to do with the unit being bad in the Legendary GT Goku event. So they were pretty good. Definitely 100% pretty good. It's the fact that not only did I attempt it about 6 times, the first time I attempted it, I finished it, I'd done it. The one downside and the reason why I couldn't upload it as a video was the fact that I didn't manage to get the 4th evade. I tried to play it quite safe, and for the most part, Krillin was run as a floater. And when you have dual Frieza leads on a Planet Namek Saga team, you won't be getting many of those evades off. And by the time he would have evaded again, it was too late because we'd of course got into the full power SSJ 4 phase where you could no longer evade. So that was probably partially my bad. And then after that, every run was going well. But then there was someone else. There was one specific Mans who really let me down. And of course, that is the Tech Piccolo. He's just not very good. He's not very good at all. You're already thinking you could have just taken him off. It became a fact of, I bought him for 2 reasons. One, because I kind of wanted to give Krillin some form of support when he was on rotation, because from after the first run that I attempted, Krillin was on rotation for the most part. And I played it sensible, and I also tried to forcibly kind of get his evades off from like, okay, early on I'm going to put you, just like here, I'm going to put you in a position where you could potentially receive a lot of attacks, but you won't take too much damage because it's early on. And then, for you know, if RNG's in our favor, you'll get majority of your evades off now, and then I can build up not only his the extra defense he gets, which of course after you evade twice, you get the extra 80% defense, because you get extra 40 plus defense, or 40% defense per evade. And I said it only takes 2 evades to do so. So I ran him on rotation and kind of put him in positions where you can get the evades off, just like it's happening now. But yeah, you're probably thinking, why don't you just take the Piccolo off? I said it was to give Krillin some form of support, because Krillin's links are the main thing that lets him down. That's kind of the main downside to this unit is Krillin's links. They're quite bad. They are quite bad, especially on Planet Namek Saga. He literally shares, I think, 2 links with Piccolo. And that's not why I took the Piccolo. I took the Piccolo for the Planet Namek Saga support for Krillin. And then I think he shares 1 of the links with Strength Namek Goku. And like, that's it. So yeah, that's why I brought Piccolo along. And then after I kept dying, like RNG was just not in my favor. It was every time you sit there and think, okay, don't super attack this person. Don't do this. Please evade this. Please do that. Every time you're waiting for RNG to be in your favor, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because Dokkan's been seeing the amount of how good my luck and RNG's been in summons. But when it comes to Legendary GT Goku event, it's like they know how lucky I'm in summons, because then they're like, yeah, you're going to have no luck here. You're going to have no luck here. You're going to suffer here. So yeah, every time I've done a run, every time it was just like, can you not super attack this guy? Can you not super attack this person? You know, what happened? Goku does it. I die, you know, which is quite frustrating. But finally, this one stuck. I was just like, do you know what? Let me just post comment, because this could be the run. And of course, guess what? The time I decide to post comment just to see if this could be the run, this ends up being the run, hence why it's a video. So that's why we're post com. And again, you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you just take Piccolo out? Because he was also one of the reasons, because if he got super attacked, it's game over. The reason why I didn't take Piccolo out is because I managed to finish the event the first time round with Piccolo on the team. I have this slight stubbornness about me. It became the fact of, since I'd done this with you on the team in the first place, and I didn't even get the exchange off on Krillin for the video, you're staying on the team, and I'm going to be stubborn, and I'm completing this with your sorry ass on the team, and you're going to do it, and you're going to get and pull me through. That's basically what happened. I became stubborn and didn't take Piccolo off. That's probably my L, but it ended up working. What I wanted to happen ended up working. Now we've got that out of the way, after about 6 minutes deep, we can start talking about the unit, which you might have seen throughout portions of this video, is Krillin by himself, before you get the exchange off, can actually tank quite well. And even on the first run I did, when I didn't manage to get the exchange off, he's actually not, he tanks damage quite well. Like, he's not an absolute tanking unit, but he tanks well in a harder event for a free-to-play unit. Yes, granted, he's got an easy A and he's fully rainbowed out, but I'm going to go on the wiki as well and grab the information just so I'm exact. I remember quite a lot of it at this point off by heart, but, you know, as I said, just so I'm exact. But yeah, he tanks quite well. They both do, to be fair to them. Krillin, I think, he's a bit more better defensively, even though Vegeta does raise attack and defense on Super. But one thing that's great about this unit is when you have Krillin out, like, this isn't a unit where you have to immediately get the exchange off where you're like, okay, Krillin, I need you to evade 4 times very quickly so Vegeta can get out. You could do that if you want to, because once you get Vegeta out, you'll be doing more damage, you'll be linking better, for example, on this team, because of course Vegeta has much better links than him, you know. Turtle School, Z Fighters, Courage, Solid Support, Brainiacs, High Compatibility, and Shine the Limit. Not the best links, but yeah, there is that. And also, don't forget, Vegeta raises attack and defense on Super Attack. He gets 120% attack and defense, and then he gets an extra 80% attack and defense on Super. So yes, he will be doing more damage to Krillin, and there is a case for you to get Vegeta out quite quickly. But this isn't a unit where you have to do that, or it isn't like a, you know, vice versa where Vegeta just isn't good enough, can't cut it, we're going to keep Krillin out the entire time. It depends probably how your run's going, what team you're running them on, and what you want from the unit. So Krillin, as I said in the first run, which I would love to show you, but the video would be far too long, but you might have picked up here, is he tanks quite well. You know, he has the attack and defense plus 80% and the additional attack and defense plus 40% performing a super attack. And then he gets the extra defense plus 40% each time he evades, up to 80, which, as I said, is only twice. So the perfect scenario, once you super with Krillin, which at some points you may get an additional, which means, well, actually, it doesn't actually mean anything. Oh no, to be fair, you do get attack and defense plus 40% performing a super attack, so there is that. But, you know, after the perfect scenario, if you super attack with Krillin, and then you're being attacked, Krillin actually tanks really well. You know, he'll probably take a little bit extra damage on type, you know, the type advantage units, you know, and he'll take a few extra, like, couple thousand, or maybe, like, just in the tens of thousands. But that's actually not too bad, considering it's a free-to-play unit. So once you super attacked, and you've got that extra 80% on your defense after evading twice, he tanks quite well. Like, again, for a free-to-play unit, granted, rainbowed and easy aid, but he tanks really well. And not to mention as well, of course, it's built in to get his active off and get the active conditions met. He evades, which is something that you want to take advantage of a lot in Legendary G2 Goku event. You know, it's one of the things that makes probably LR AGL UI Goku from the year 6 anniversary so good. So maybe one of the best strats for you to do is, if you were to use this unit, is you take Krillin in, you get his evades off, You know, don't forget as well, every time he super attacks, including additionals, of course, he will be raising his attack, you know, which will lead also overlap and follow into when you finally get the exchange off. So every time you're doing that, you're still building up his attack for him to do more damage. He's going to have decent defense in general for tanking damage. If he does get supered, granted, like a lot of units in Legendary GT Goku event who don't stack defense, you probably will take a chunk. Like, you will still get hit for quite a bit of damage, but not too much, probably where you're going to get one shot. If you take it on basics, as I said, he tanks really well. At some points, he takes double to triple digits. Type advantage, you're looking at a few thousand, maybe, you know, the tens of thousands. But he tanks well for a free-to-play unit. I do have to say that as well. But yeah, you'll be raising your attack the entire time, and you also have the evade. So maybe the best strategy is have Krillin out. And then while you're raising your attack throughout the entire event, you're also utilizing the evade, which of course allows you to meet the active skill conditions, which is evade 4 times. Also, take advantage of that, even if potentially you can get the active off, because then you can keep taking advantage of the evade, and then maybe by the time you get to maybe this stage, or more likely the full power SJ4 stage, where you're gonna have type advantage and also you can't evade anymore, maybe that's when you get the active off. Maybe you take advantage of the evade the entire event and then get the active off when you first full power SJ4 Goku, because you won't be able to evade anyway. And then Vegeta will come out, you'll have better links, you'll do more damage anyway. You've already been raising your attack throughout the entirety of the event through Krillin. Then Vegeta comes in and he stacks his attack and defense on top of having the passive of 120% attack and defense, and then the bonus 8% on attack and defense when super attacking. Then you bring Vegeta out, who's going to be clocking Super Saiyan 4 or full power SJ4 Goku with the type advantage. If I remember rightly, before we get there, you're probably looking at about 900k if you're like haven't raised their attack stat that high. Or about 1 million plus. Easily, of course, that's also going to go up. Every time you super attack, your attack's going up anyway. So you're going to be doing even more damage alongside having the type advantage as well. And that's without even taking into the account that you know, any crits you may get off as well. And the extra like kind of cherry on top, the sprinkles on the ice cream, is the fact that Vegeta has a built-in additional. So best case scenario is you launch an additional, it has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, which is a 30% chance of becoming a super attack. You can raise your attack and defense twice in one turn. And then if the dupe system comes off, best case scenario is, and you get that medium chance to become a super attack happens, and then you get a super attack from the additional in the dupe system, you're then super attacking 3 times in one turn in best case scenario, which means you are raising Vegeta's attack and defense 3 times in one turn. Now, because of the fact he raises attack and defense, there is obviously a case for you to get him out as early as possible, because throughout the entire event, you could be raising Vegeta's attack. Well, you'll be raising his attack anyway when Krillin's out. You'll be raising Vegeta's attack and defense. The quicker you get him out, the more defense it's going to have. But the argument for me is that Krillin tanks well on his own anyway. As for the most part, as long as you're supering before you're attacked and you've got the 2 evades off to get the 8% on defense, Krillin tanks well. As I said, for the most part, he tanks about double digits to triple digits on basics. And then if it's type advantage, you're probably talking about a few thousand into the tens of thousands. And if you get super attacked, you'll probably get clocked for a bit of damage. If you're getting hit by a type advantage unit, you probably want to be careful, but I mean, that's most units you take into Legendary GT Goku event. Like, if you even take one of the best units in the entire game, which is LRUI Goku from the year 6 anniversary, if he gets supered by, you know, full power SJ4 Goku, you're probably dead. If not, you have minimal amount of health left. So even the best units in the game can be absolutely wiped by a super. But for the amount of damage Krillin does tank, or this in general, this unit tanks for a free-to-play unit, it's actually really good. It's really good. Like, I like this unit a hell of a lot. I do like the fact that you can kind of, you don't have to be like, let me keep Krillin out the entire event. Oh, I have to get the active off and I have to get Vegeta out immediately. You don't have to. It depends what you want and what you value more. Do you want to keep the evades? Or do you want to be raising your attack and defense the entire, or not entire, but the majority of the event with Vegeta? You know, it all depends. As I said, it will probably all depends how your run's going, how many items you have left, what team you're running them on. Depends on probably what you want and value from your unit. I said maybe your best case scenario is creeping Krillin out the entire time, raising his attack for the entirety of the event. Because I said he tanks well anyway, so the fact that Vegeta raises defense obviously is better in terms of tanking even more, even better. and also tanking super attacks better. But Krillin also has the chance to evade, which would you rather potentially tank a bit of damage, or would you rather take no damage in a rotation? As I said, that's why it depends. It depends probably how your run's looking, what team they're on, and what you want from your unit. So I mean, that's what I kind of really like about this unit and respect a lot. So yeah, maybe as I said, you want to kind of wait the entire event and then get Vegeta out against full passage stage 4 Goku. But yeah, Krillin tanked really well. Vegeta is he's also pretty good as well. I said raise attack and defense, which is why it's a case to get him out early, because then you could do that, but you don't actually necessarily need to. The additional was nice because it means you're constantly raising your attack and defense even more if that medium chance comes off to become a super attack. Of course, when Vegeta comes out as well, he does recover 30% HP, which in an event like this where you only have 2 items and it's continuous, getting a recovery of 30% HP is quite useful, of course. And then the last part of his passive, which it's not as good as, of course, it is on paper. I don't know why this Vegeta has this kind of mechanic in this passive in 2021 Dokkan, which is the survives KO attacks when HP is 30% or more. I think one of the only other units we've ever seen that on is the Strength Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek Saga. Of course, not the Dokkan Fest one, the Rage one. It's something we ain't seen in years, and I don't know why. I mean, it makes sense because of what happens, you know, with Vegeta in the manga and the anime, but yeah, I don't know why in 2021 we would have that. As I said, it does make sense, but of course, if you survive a KO attack, you were left with 1 HP, which means if Vegeta isn't attacked last, while you have 30% HP or more, if he hasn't taken the last hit in the turn, then you're dead. Because if he's in the front slot or the second slot and you're left with 1 HP, the next person to get hit is dead unless there's a unit that has evades like UI Goku and you get the evade off, then cool, you're lucky. But yeah, that part of his passive is kind of sucky, it's kind of ass. But for the most part, I do really like this unit. I do really like this unit a hell of a lot. As I said, Krillin, as I said, more than... As I said, I would have loved to have shown you how my first run, when I literally... Of course, I didn't do it on purpose, but didn't get Krillin... Or, didn't get Krillin, but didn't get Vegeta out, didn't get the exchange off. Because he held his own. Yes, he wasn't really doing any damage. Krillin isn't the damage dealer in this exchange unit, it's the Vegeta, so maybe that's another reason why you'd want to get Vegeta out sooner. But Krillin, as I said, more than held his own. As I said, he tanked really well. He also has the evades. And you're racing your attack the entire time you're in the event. So by the time you get Vegeta out, you'll be doing decent amounts of damage anyway. I got Vegeta out a little bit early in this event, you would have seen, because at that point I was just kind of sick of seeing Krillin. I was like, let me just get Vegeta out and see what he can do quite early on in the event and build up his attack and defense at the same time a bit and see how he does. But yeah, that's the only reason why I got Vegeta out quite early. But yeah, all in all, this unit is really good. It's really good. As I said, I really do like the fact that you do not have to be like, okay, we're doing Legendary GT Goku event, Krillin stays, or we're doing Legendary GT Goku event, I have to get Vegeta out immediately. It's a very good unit. The way I can describe it is, and the way I did describe it is, they kind of remind me of Bruce Wayne and Batman. And what I mean by that is, and if you don't look into too much detail, like one of my friends did, which is, I mean, technically you can run both on one team, which is, of course, if you brought a friend lead, which you're not really going to do anyway. But of course, they remind me of Batman and Bruce Wayne is because they're both very good. They're not even units because it's the same unit. They're both very good, but you're never going to see them in the same place at the same time. Just like Bruce Wayne and Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne's the billionaire playboy, has all the money, has all the women, buys this, owns this. Batman's Batman, has the suit, has the gadgets. But yeah, they're both sick. You're never going to see them in the same place at the same time. And that's why I compare them to Batman, because you're never going to have Batman and Bruce Wayne. You're never going to have Krillin and the Vegeta part of this unit on the same team at the same time. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing. But of course, if you look into it specifically, yes, if you took a friend one, you could see him on the same team. But you know what I mean. If you're not looking into it so specifically, the sentiment applies. Like it just does, okay? But yeah, this unit is really good. I like it a hell of a lot. They can definitely work in this event very well. In terms of ESBR, Potentially, of course, you do have to kind of build Krillin up a little bit, and the same with Vegeta, because you have to raise attack and defense on Super. But I do think they're more suited to this because you can build them up. But yeah, they're very good here. I said this I didn't really want to do this post-comms, and I probably won't do many videos post-comms, but it's just because I was sick and tired of doing this event. But yeah, do let me know what you think about this unit down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace!